Slick shades, blazing fists, and a smile that says, "Try me." Zani isn't just a fighter, she's a showstopper. This 5-star Spectro brawler brings style and fire to every fight, turning the battlefield into her own personal highlight reel. With counter-focused combat, explosive burst windows, and Spectro Frazzle mechanics that melt enemies, Zani is your ticket to flashy, high-skill domination in version 2.3. Now let's talk about how Zani actually plays, because trust me, this isn't your average button mash brawler. Zani's combat style comes in 2 distinct phases, and switching between them is the key to unleashing her full power. In normal mode, Zani focuses on building up her 2 core resources through basic and heavy attacks. This is where you lay the groundwork, stacking up energy and preparing for the big show. Inferno State kicks in once you activate her Resonance Liberation. This is Zani's go time. Her fists start glowing, her hits get heavier, and now she's dealing amplified Spectro Frazzle damage like it's nobody's business. First up, redundant energy. You charge this through combat. Every punch, dodge, and skill adds to it. Once it's full, you unlock an enhanced version of her Resonance skill, which hits way harder and boosts your momentum mid-fight. Then there's Blaze. This builds up alongside your redundant energy but gets spent during Inferno State. Think of it like fuel for her fire. Each point powers up her Inferno combos, and when you time it right, the damage is insane. So how do you master Zani? It's all about timing. Nailing your counters, knowing when to go all in with Inferno State, and managing your resources to maximize every window of burst. Alright, so now that you know how Zani plays, let's talk about what to level up first, because not all skills are made equal. To get the most value out of Zani, start with her Forte circuit. This is the core of her damage. It powers up her heavy attacks and scales up the harder she punches, so naturally you want it maxed out first. Next, go for Resonance Liberation. This is the big button. It activates Inferno mode and opens the door for your highest burst potential. Maxing it out means stronger area of effect and harder hitting finishers. After that, focus on Resonance skill. This is your bread and butter parry tool. It builds resources and lets you play reactively while still doing damage. And finally, round it off with the basic and intro skills. They're not bad by any means, just lower priority. Once the rest of her kit is stacked, they'll naturally slot in for extra value. Now let's gear her up. Best weapons for Zani coming right up. First up, Blazing Justice, her 5-star signature weapon. This thing is a monster. It comes with a fat 48.6% crit DMG, adds 12% ATK, and when you use her Resonance Liberation, it ignores 8% enemy death and boosts Spectro Frazzle damage by 50% for 14 seconds. If you want to go all in on Zani, this is it. Now if you don't have the signature, don't panic. Tragicomedy is a seriously strong alternative. It gives 24.3% crit rate, and after using a basic or intro skill, it boosts heavy attack DMG by 48%. Perfect for weaving in that sweet chair smack combo. Another solid choice, Verity's Handle. Not quite as flashy, but it gives 12% attribute DMG, and it boosts liberation damage by 48% for 8 seconds. Plus, it extends when you keep using her skills, so it fits right into her rotation style. And for the 4-star enjoyers, look no further than Celestial Spiral. It's clean, gives crit stats, and works perfectly fine until you get something better. So yeah, lots of great options. But if you're gunning for top performance and have the pulls to spare, Blazing Justice is the clear winner. Next up, we're covering her best Echo sets and what stats you should actually go for. Don't mess this part up. It can make or break your Zani. Let's power her up even further, because now it's time for Echo sets. And trust me, this can make or break your Zani build. Your #1 go-to is Eternal Radiance, a 5-piece monster set that gives plus 10% Spectro DMG, plus 20% crit rate, and an extra plus 15% Spectro DMG bonus at max Frazzle. Translation? She hits like a truck when her gauge is full. If you want something more rotation-based, go for Celestial Light. It gives the standard plus 10% Spectro DMG, and when you use her outro skill, you get a massive plus 30% Spectro DMG boost for a whopping 15 seconds. Perfect if you're subbing her out mid-combo. Now for her main Echo, you want Capitanius. It gives both heavy ATK DMG and Spectro DMG bonus, which are literally built for her kit. Don't have it? No problem. Nightmare. Morning X is a decent backup, still giving Spectro value and bonus damage when built right. Let's talk numbers. What stats should you actually chase? For main stats, go crit rate or crit DMG, Spectro DMG bonus, and ATK percent. And for substats, lock in crit rate, crit DMG, heavy attack DMG bonus, a TK percent. Quick tip, aim for 115 to 120% energy regen, highlighted in bold yellow. Anything less and you'll feel the burn waiting for cooldowns. Trust me, don't skip the energy regen. Now let's build some crack teams around her. First off, Zani plus Phoebe plus Shorekeeper. This is the premium comp. Phoebe lays down the Spectro Frazzle, and Shorekeeper boosts your crit like a maniac. Everything Zani wants. Need a cheaper option? Zani plus Spectro Rover plus Baiji. This team is surprisingly effective. Rover applies Frazzle, and Baiji keeps you alive and buffed. Clean, simple, and works on a budget. Another banger, Zani plus Chacona plus Verena. Chacona brings that beautiful AoE crowd control and team-wide amp, while Verena keeps your squad topped off and stable during extended Inferno phases. But heads up, Spectro Rover can sub in for Phoebe, but you'll be losing about 130% Spectro Frazzle amp, which is a huge drop in DPS. Only do this if you have to. So, is Zani worth pulling? Yes. If you want a stylish, hard-hitting Spectro DPS who rewards high skill and fast hands, Zani is absolutely worth the investment. Her performance scales big time with her signature weapon, but even without it, she still brings the pain. Sequences give her nice boosts over time, but if you're choosing between constellations and weapon first, no contest. Oh, there you have it. Zani is a top-tier pick in Wuthering Waves 2.3. She looks amazing, plays like a beast, and with the right gear and team, she melts everything in her path. So if you're ready to blaze through content in style, Zani's your girl.